Good afternoon. I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry, and I just got in from the garden and picked this beautiful bowl of strawberries out of my strawberry patch. And I have these in the refrigerator. We picked them yesterday. So I am going to make a gluten-free, sugar-free strawberry pie. And I'm using almond flour and coconut flour. I'm using coconut oil right here. Well, it says avocado oil on that side, but it's coconut oil because I put coconut oil in my avocado oil little bottle. It's using 1 egg. Salt is very few ingredients. I've never made this particular recipe, but I'm going to try it today because it seems so easy. So in here, I have 1 cup of almond flour. This is a half cup of almond flour and a half cup coconut flour. So that's 2 cups of flour altogether. Now to this, you add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, now I'm going to stir this together. It seems really easy. I'm hoping, and I know it'll be good, so I'm hoping it's going to turn out the way I want it to. All right, now this one calls for an egg. I've never used egg before, and I've never used coconut oil. I've always used butter. So I'm going to crack my egg and put it in this little measuring cup. And I'm going to whisk my egg and my coconut oil together before I put them in with my flour. I just want to get my egg beat up just a little bit. Okay, now 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. And mine had solidified, so I just stuck it in the microwave just long enough to melt it. And it calls for melted coconut oil. Okay. All right. Mix this up good. I think this will just make it easier to incorporate into the crust. All right. Now just mix it together real well. And then I'm going to put it in my pie dish and I'm going to bake it for like 8 to 10 minutes. Roy just came in the back door. So he's out dealing with the rabbits today. Okay. I'm going to have to use my hands because that's the only way I can tell when it's the right consistency. And let me tell you something. Your hands in the kitchen is the best tool you have. Isn't that right, baby?
That is right. As long as you keep making this good food,
that's right.
Whatever you say is right.
He knows to agree with everything I say when it comes to the kitchen. So, okay. Now, do you see how this sticks together? Like that. That means it's perfect. That coconut oil and that coconut flour. Let me check my little, yeah, it's green. I was just checking my mic to make sure it was on. All right. Now, put all this in your pie dish. I did a video earlier and I noticed there was a bottle sitting right here and you couldn't see everything I was doing, so I got to be more careful about that. That's the reason I'm pushing everything over to the side. Okay. Now, you just take your hand and you press it down really, really good. And up the sides. It says a 9-inch pie dish. I think this is a 10-inch, but it's going to work anyway. So this is going to be kind of like a copycat. If y'all remember Shoney's Big Boy, they used to have this delectable, delicious, just scrumptious strawberry pie. Well, this is kind of a copycat to that. Okay, I'm just kind of going around the sides and pulling it up. And then I'll get my bottom pressed down and fixed. Okay. Bring some more over. And now I'm pressing down with the heel of my hand. You can use a measuring cup, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Okay, all right, I'll take this one. Just take your measuring cup and press and push. Press and push. I pressed too hard on that one, but that's okay. I'll fix it. Okay, press and push. Press and push. And this is really packing it down good. And that's what you want for a pie crust. Okay, and then go around the edges. Now, I got a little place right here that I got to fix. Now, when this bakes, it's going to bind this together and kind of and make it to where it won't fall apart. I'm hoping. You know how that goes. When you're trying something new, you're hoping it's going to turn out right. So I'm hoping. All right. It's not all the way up the sides, but it's going to be all right. Like I said, this is a 10-inch and it called for a 9-inch. My oven's on 350 and it just came up to temp. So, all right. Now, see, that's my pie crust. Gluten-free. Okay, y'all, this is my pie crust and I cooked it 10 minutes. And I'm fixing to put it over here and let it cool. And while it's cooling, I am going to make the filling for our strawberry pie. All right, and I'm putting 1 1/4 cups of water. And I am putting, now this is just where I have, it's red, but it's where I had jello. Because I measured out my jello. Okay. That's 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm going to stir it up. And I told y'all it was going to be sugar-free. So, I'm putting 1 cup. Now, this is a 1/3 cup measurer. Okay, I'm putting 1 cup of my stevia in it. Okay. And we're going to stir this up until it gets thick. We're just going to let it cook. I'm going to get a whisk. And whisk it. Now you have to keep it stirred while it's doing its thing because this cornstarch is going to make it real thick. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some more water. All right. Because that looked like it was just going to be too thick. Okay. Now, as you can see in here, it's just, I'm just letting it cook till it gets thick. Constantly stirring it. Because you don't want your cornstarch to kind of knot up on you. And it will. So, okay. This is real simple. It's just a copycat Shoney's strawberry pie. Y'all ever went to Shoney's back in the 90s and 80s and 90s? You had to have their strawberry pie. Their hot fudge cake and their strawberry pie. There's a little knot I got to get out. Okay. Now, it says 1 3-ounce box of strawberry jello. This is sugar-free jello. So I've got 2 boxes, which is 3 tablespoons. And I'm going to stir that up in there. And this is what it looks like. You can see down in the, let me back up. Okay. And you cook this and you cook it until all of your jello crystals dissolve. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and, okay. It's real hot, but I'm going to taste of it to see if it's sweet enough. And I've got to let this cool. I've got to let my pie crust cool, and I've got to let this cool before I can pour it over my strawberries. Okay, I'm going to taste of it. Woo! Y'all. That's good. This is going to be a good strawberry pie. Keep whisking now, because that cornstarch will try to get little balls on you, try to knot up on you. Okay. My crust is cold, but my gelatin is not. So now, if you ate the Shawnee's pie, they put these big old whole strawberries like this. They just lined them around their pie. Well, I'm not going to do that because it's hard to eat. So what I'm doing, I'm slicing them in two. And if I get a small strawberry, like this one, I'll put it in whole. I've got some whole ones, some small ones. So I'll just put them in whole. But these others, I'm just going to slice them in half and put them down in my pie. And I'm just going to keep stacking and keep stacking until I get them in there. Make them pretty. Put them all the way around the sides. Like that. It was always hard to cut one of those strawberry pies because the strawberries were so big. So this is how I'm going to solve that problem. I'm just going, my little ones like that, I'm just going to put in there whole. Kind of like that. Look at that one. Man, can you see that? Beautiful. Love these strawberries. And I'm turning them over with the berry side up so it'll make a pretty pie. I don't want it to be the cut side up. Okay. All right. I'm just going to keep cutting these and stacking them. And as soon as my gelatin gets ready, then we'll come back and we'll pour it over it, and we're going to get us out some Cool Whip, and I'm going to fix this thing up, and we're going to have us, Roy is chomping at the bits. He's outside. He said, you can't make that strawberry pie. I'll eat the whole thing. I said, oh, no, you won't. You're going to only get half of it because I'm going to get half. Okay, I got Roy behind the camera now. So, all right, this is my gelatin, and I've let it cool. I added a little bit more water to it because it was a little bit too thick. And this is the sugar-free strawberry jello that I used. And so, and I put all my cut strawberries in my crust. And I'm just going to pour this gelatin over it like this. Ooh, this is going to be good, y'all.
To die for.
Wow.
Give me that one and start another one, Rose.
I'm telling you. I've already tasted this gelatin. It's so good. Okay. Now, if y'all remember, Shawnee's, some of their strawberries, it didn't have a whole bunch of gel in it. And some of their strawberries were exposed. And so I'm not going to put any around the edge. Like that. All right. Now, isn't that pretty? Now, y'all, I was going to make it really, really pretty. This is Cool Whip, but I couldn't find the right tip. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of make little dollops like this around it. I couldn't find my star tip, and my star tip is the one that I would use to make stars. But you know what? It's going to be pretty like this. Okay. Make these a little bigger.
I wouldn't have thought of putting sour cream on them. strawberry cake. Pie.
I'm making these a little bit bigger. All right, I'll just keep adding some more Cool Whip. A little bit more right there. If you want it really pretty, get your star tip out. Okay, right there. Of all these, but I'm not going to do that. So y'all, this is my gluten-free, sugar-free strawberry pie.
Yes, you can eat it even if you watch your weight or have to watch your
Yes.
insulin.
Yes, you can.
You can eat
All
this
right.
and it's delicious.
I'm going to try to cut it and hope it doesn't tear apart. Like I say, I've never made this particular crust before. Now, your traditional Shawnee strawberry pie has a flour crust. You can use graham cracker crust, or it would be delicious with an Oreo crust. But I chose to use, instead of a gluten-free flour crust, I chose to use the almond flour crust. So, and it may fall apart on me, but if it does, that's all right, because Roy and I got spoon. Oh, it is coming apart. Roy and I have got spoons.
It didn't come apart. That did good. The outside crust did.
The outside,
did.
yeah.
Stayed together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It stayed together. It just, but the first piece is always hard to get out. But you can see. All right.
Oh.
I need to get a fork, y'all.
Home on the range.
Roy's been outside, so he ain't.
Don't you need to go to town, Rose, or something?
He ain't presentable.
Time.
He ain't presentable to get on camera.
Just me and the pie.
Oh, y'all. You know what I'm going to do?
Look, if you need to eat low carb and
I'm going to put some more Cool Whip.
Control, you have just got to try these things that Rose makes.
Y'all, but now let me tell you something. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and let it cool. So this crust is going to come out a lot better after it cools, after it gets cold in the refrigerator. It's still a little warm. So that's the reason it kind of tore up. But you can see some of that crust got them.
Eat gluten or can't eat
they don't care
flour,
if it tears up, do they?
They're not worried about that. They're just wanting you to show them how to cook a good pie. Something that's delicious when they eat.
Y'all, it's good.
Grandma, it's time for you to put that plate down.
I'm gonna give you a little bit, baby.
Leave it alone. No, the rest of it is mine.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I just want to show you how
my goodness.
Strawberries out of my garden. Gluten-free, sugar-free.
The crust is good too.
Good. Yes, it's really good. It's real good.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. I'm going to let it get cold. And then after we eat a bowl of soup, probably for supper, then we're going to have a piece of strawberry pie.
All right. How about sharing this with all the people you know who have diabetic problems?
Yes.
Weight problems that they have to watch.
Yes.
So they can learn that they can have good desserts too.
Oh, yeah. Please share this. Subscribe, share, comment. Let me know where you're watching from. And because diabetics out there can have this. Insulin resistant people can have this. And just regular folks like me and you can eat this.
Now, you can't
and it's just a lot healthier.
So, but you can eat some of it.
Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I love you. And remember, food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, God feeds the soul. And make your strawberry pie. Love you.